Yo, what's going on, everyone? So, in today's video, we're going to be ranking all of the changed card icons. I haven't seen anyone do this. I looked. I would imagine someone has, so if someone has, let me know. But yeah, let's just get into it. So first off here, we have Larry, the GOAT, the classic, the man, the myth, the legend. So everyone knows Larry. He's like the best, one elixir cycle card in the entire game at one point until Golems took over, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So as you can see in his card icon, he's kind of like looking off into the distance or into the camera. He's building his sword. Pretty simple, pretty nice, pretty aesthetic, pretty clean. But we gotta move on to the old one. Now the old one is just so nice. Look at it. It's like Larry's got his sword on his shoulder. He's like holding it back. He's like letting you know he's ready to go into battle. Larry don't play around. He's staring off to the distance somewhere. He's not sure what he's looking at. Maybe he's checking out his hand right there, because as you can see, his hand kind of is like balled up. Maybe he's like looking at his nails or something. I don't really know what he's doing there. Anyway, this one is just so clean. It's so nice. The quality isn't the best, but like when the quality was good in the game, it looked way better. So not a bad change. I give the original Larry 10 out of 10, and the new Larry like a 7.5 out of 10. It's decent, but just this Larry classic, can't beat it. Let's move on to the next card. We've got the Ice Golem. Now, Ice Golem, he's alright, he's using Hog, Balloon, Ice Bow, or not Ice Bow, X-Bow sometimes. That's pretty much it, but now, the card icon, it's not bad, it's not bad. I'm not sure why there's, red smoke behind him. I don't know what the Ice Golem does in his free time, anyway. But, I mean, it's fine, it shows the ice, it shows the Ice Golem, it shows him. I mean, the Ice Golem doesn't look exactly like that in game, so it's not exactly accurate, but let's move on to the old one. The OG Ice Golem, look at him, it looks so nice. I love it. I think this might be, a bit controversial, but I actually prefer the old one. I know a lot of people like the new one because it actually, accurately represents what he looks like. This one doesn't, represent him the best, but I don't know. Some people says it looks like a little, goofy and silly, but I like this one a lot. So I think I'll give this Ice Golem a 7 out of 10, and the new one, I'd say a 4, but I have to give it a 6 just because it does represent the actual Ice Golem as a card better. So let's move on to the next card. Okay, we gotta talk about this. Okay. So we've got the Knight here, and the Knight, he's a Chad. He's got a nice mustache, eyebrows, good build, nice jawline, pretty good with the ladies. And then look what they did to him. Look at his new card icon. He looks like he's given some light skin stare. The chainmail just doesn't look right on him, honestly. And there's weird little things on the corner. I don't know what those are. It's on the RG2, and it doesn't matter. But he just looks so bad. I know that when a new card comes out, a lot of us are like, oh, this looks so bad because it's new. And I'll admit it, I'm guilty of that. But this, no. No, I won't change my mind about this. Let's go check out the old Knight. Look at this handsome man. Look at him. Look at him. The shine on his nose, the eyebrows, one slightly higher than the other, the nice mustache, the beautiful grin, the jawline. It's just amazing. The chainmail doesn't, look weird in the picture. It's kind of, for some reason, the new one's, darker. I don't know why. Sword on his shoulder, kind of like the Larry. Maybe paying homage or something. I don't know what he's doing. Doesn't matter. But this Knight looks so much better. And as a person who uses the Knight all the time, because I use 3.0 Expo, I have, one of the best, opinions on this, because I've used him for so long. It's not even comparable. This Knight, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. They couldn't have done a better picture for the Knight. The new Knight is stupid, looks dumb, giving him a 2 out of 10. And we gotta check out the new Evo Knight, which I don't know if it's worse or not. Please let me cut. Thank you. Look at this. So we have the new Knight card icon, and then the Evo card icon. The Evo card icon, the mustache, it's whatever, he's a beard now, it's fine. He's a purple. I kind of like the purple, but look at that though, just his face. He looks like a Disney character. He's either a villain. I don't know what he's doing. He's either some villain, and I don't know what he's doing. He's hatching some plan to take down the dog and the kid. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going on about, but you get what I'm saying, right? He looks like a Disney villain. He looks like he just stole some spaghetti from an Italian and now he's running away. Why? What is this card icon? This is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know which one's worse. But I'm just gonna... I don't know. They're just both terrible. Next card before I rant on about this for too long. The Archers. You know, they're an okay card. They were only, like, broken at one point. But a decent card. The card work is very nice. As you can see, the icon just shows the hair, like, kind of flowing, so you know that the Archer's doing something. She's about to fire her arrow. Good stance. She's a face of, like, you know, she's focusing in. She's, like, getting that aim just right, and then, bling, and then she hits her target. Pretty good card icon. Pretty good. Let's go check out the old one. Alright, the old Archer's icon. Now, it's kind of, like, similar in how it is. It's like the Archer, you know, she's in her stance, she's about to fire her bow. She's got a bit of a smile. But, honestly, I think the new one's better. I respect the OG Archer. It looks very good. But the new one, it's just better. There's more color to it. It has more life to it. It's just better. So I give the old Archer a 6 out of 10, and the new Archer like a 7.5. So good improvement, Supercell. Good job. You did something right for once. On to the next card. Now we have the Firecracker. You know, one of the most annoying cards in the game. We're not even going to talk about how it is right now, because this video will just be complaining about the Firecracker. But you know, it's a fairly solid card. Anyway, so the card icon, as you can see, it looks like she's kind of like on her side. She kind of has like the rock, maybe like on her shoulder or something, or she's like pointing to the sky. She's got a look of like she's around a corner or something. She's like waiting to see if someone's around. She's kind of like punch him or something. It's fine. Let's go check out the new one, or old one. Alright, the old Firecracker. Now, I don't know, because like both of them, it's like the new one's more full of life, like has more color. Her eyes change blue for some reason. I don't know, because I think the new one is slightly better, just slightly. And then we got this new, like, the evolved one. I don't know what it is, like, it looks like the Firecracker's looking at you, like, what you doing tonight or something. Like, maybe it's just me, I don't know, but, like, it's kind of uncomfortable. Let's go over here. So, I think I'd give the old Firecracker, like, a 5, the new one a 5.5, and I don't even know what you rank this one. Like, it's either, like, she, like, knows that she's about to, like, mess this place up, or, like, she's just hitting on you. Like, I don't know. Next card. Now, we got the Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie, decent card. Not bad. You know, comparable to the Dark Prince. Valkyrie, you know, has her spot in the game. So, the card icon, you know, kind of shows her moving. She, like, has her axe in the air. She's about to go swing it. I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of, like, the facial expression. Let's go check out the old one. Now we've got the old Valkyrie. Now, this Valkyrie doesn't look anything like it is in game. This Valkyrie has like some sort of black clothing on, which the Valkyrie in game doesn't. She has a blue or red depending on your side of the field, obviously. But like this Valkyrie, like in terms of like being accurate, it's not good, but it just looks so much better. Like it looks so much better. Obviously, this one looks a lot more serious. It's not as full of life, like cartoonish, like animated. But this one looks a lot better, in my opinion. So I think I would give this Valkyrie a 7 out of 10, and the new Valkyrie like a 5 out of 10. Let's move on to the next one. The Mini Pekka. What a goat. What an icon of this game. One of the few cards that is from this game that is just like, you see him, you get happy, right? Unless he's on your tower. You're not happy. Anyway. But card icon is pretty nice. It's, you know, it's got the blue background. You know, it shows like his big eyes, horns. He's got his sword ready to go. He's not messing around. He wants some pancakes. Definitely a good icon. Let's move on to the old one. Also, this just the artwork above with the pancake is just simply beautiful. Now, here we have the old Mini Pekka. Now, while I think the new Mini Pekka looks better, it's a lot more refined, this Mini Pekka is just so classic. Like, he looks like a tiny little cyborg or something, like a little robot. He's got his sword pointing in the air, he's ready. This one represents the Mini Pekka a lot better for what the Mini Pekka is. Just a tiny, like, killing machine that is just ready. Like, so, I think I'll give the old one a 6.5, and, like, the new one a 7 out of 10, but I still think the old one represents what the Mini Pekka is better. Let's move on to the next card. On to the Night Witch. Now, the Night Witch, she's pretty terrible. She used to be broken, but then she got nerfed to the ground, so now you rarely see her in Golem decks. I mean, the card icon is just pretty, like, mundane. It's pretty boring, bland. Any words you want to use to describe it. Like, it just doesn't say a lot. You can kind of see her staff behind her. There's something purple. It just shows her looking off to the distance with, like, kind of like an expression. Like, I don't know. It's pretty lackluster. Let's move on to the old one. Back with the old Night Witch logo. Also, if you pay attention, you'll notice that it's been like 2 hours and I got interrupted. So, anyway, we're back. But let's focus on the old Night Witch card icon. So, you can see, like, her eyes got a bit of glow. There's, like, a blue, some white, or, like, her weird, like, hood hair thing, like, drooping down a bit. She's got a smile. You can see her, like, battle axe thing, staff. It's just a lot better. She also looks a lot yeah, just a lot better. Like, not even comparable to the new one. She looks like it looks like she aged, like, 20 years in the new one compared to the old one. So I'd have to give this old Night Witch one, like, a 6 out of 10. It's still kind of boring, but definitely way better than the new one. And I'd give the new one a 2 out of 10. So let's move on to the next card. Also, a quick shout out to the Tesla, which, you know, it looks the exact same as the old one, just the colors are brightened up a bit. Same with the Golden Hut Fireball, just brighten up better. And same with the Bomber. So I didn't forget them. I just didn't think they were noteworthy enough to show because they were, like, a while back when they changed, like, years ago. And yeah, so we're not going to be covering those. So let's just move on to the rest. I also just realized that I didn't talk about the Evolve Valeria card work, and it's fine. It's okay. It's literally just Valeria with purple eyes, nose, and a giant skeleton cap. Yeah, I'd give it a 5. On to the Royal Giant. Everybody's favorite 6 elixir fat piece of... Yeah. So yeah, we got the Royal Giant here. It's okay artwork, you know. This guy hasn't been nerfed or touched in like 2 or 3 years, you know. Definitely is such a terrible card that doesn't just thrive, or not thrive, but do well in any meta that is in the game. Anyway, that's besides the point. So the RG artwork, we can see a bit of the arena in the back. He's got his crown. He's got like a smug look on his face. He's ready for battle. Got the big bushy beard with eyebrows, mustache, cannon in his hand. So overall, pretty good icon. Let's move on to the old one. So the old Royal Giant icon, it's not bad, you know. Shows his cannon, everything we just talked about, and he's got an ear piercing. But the new Royal Giant actually represents better of what the Royal Giant looks like, because while this one isn't too far off, it doesn't look as good in terms of just overall like colors and basically everything they improve when they make the new card artwork. And the fact that it just doesn't really look like what the RG looks like. So I'd give the old one 4 out of 10 and the new one a 6. Definitely an improvement, so good job, Supercell. So we've got the Mortar, and I can't remember if I said I'm not going to talk about this because the card icon was changed years ago, but it used to be different. But if I didn't, then I'm not including that either. But we are including the current Mortar icon, which pretty solid, you know. It's literally just the Mortar on some grass with some sky in the background. Can't really get any better than that. Or accurate, I guess I should say. And now we've got the Evolve Mortar icon. And I don't know. I mean, it looks like some sort of like Aurora Borealis in the background or something with a goblin just gripping on the mortar, getting ready to get fired out. It's okay. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just okay. Like, I don't know. I'd give this mortar like a 6.5. It's pretty boring, but it does its job. Like, you can't really complain. And this one, I don't know. I just don't like it. Like, it's more full of life. There's more colors. There's a lot more going on. But I just don't like it. I'd give this one a 5 out of 10. So let's move on to Barbs. All right, so we've got the Barbarians here. You know, like one of the most recognizable Supercell characters of all time, face of Clash of Clans, and now in Clash Royale. So as you can see, the card icon, you know, he's just like, he's ready to go into battle. Like, he's definitely snorted a few things before he got into the arena, and he's just ready to take anyone on. It's alright, it pretty much represents what the Barbarian's all about, kind of like the artwork up above with him clenching his fists. So let's see the old one. Here we have the old Barbarian. As you can see, this looks a lot more like Clash of Clans. But still, it kind of captures the same energy. Like, you know, he's just a barbarian wielding his sword, ready to fight, screaming. Like, all of this, just everything's dribbling around him. Like, you know, he's ready to go. I think I like this one better. It's a lot less, like, cartoonish, and I feel like for the Barbarians, they kind of need to look like this, because looking like cartoonish doesn't really work for the Barbarians. I would give this one, like, a 5 out of 10. It's pretty boring. Like, again, it does the job. Can't really complain too much. And I give the new one, like, a 4. I'm just not a fan of it. Let's move on to the next card. We've got the Witch. You know, one of the worst cards in the entire history of this game, except for that one time where it did, like, the damage of a Musketeer, but we don't talk about that. So the Witch card icon, I mean, it's fine. Like, a bit more personality than the Night Witch. Shows her, like, kind of tilting her head. She's looking at something, implied that her, like, she's got her staff, like, out in front of her. It's fine. It's got some nice colors, but let's take a look at the old one. But here we've got the old Witch. Now, once again, with kind of like the Barbarians, this one looks a lot more like it's from Clash of Clans. As you can see, like, her jawline is a lot more sharper. The eyes are pretty similar. The new one, like, has some, like, white little thing in her eyes. Anyway. But yeah, I like this one overall a lot more. She's also got the nice, like, skeleton shoulder pad, which is visible in the new one too, but just not as much. So yeah, I'd give this one overall, like, 8 out of 10, and the new one, like, a 4. I think it's a pretty, like, bad downgrade. And speaking of pretty bad down, I'm pretty down bad for the Witch, so if you know her number, please DM. On to the Executioner. So, Executioner is another one of those cards that is, like, broken for one state in the entire game, and then just pretty terrible for the rest. His card icon's okay. He's got a bit of a goofy look on him. Again, he's kind of got, like, that Disney villain look. He's, like, kind of admiring his axe there. It's got, like, some weird old, like, nasty finger. It's okay. Like, it just doesn't really capture the Executioner is, in my opinion. Let's move on to the old one. Now, we have got the old Executioner. Look at this Executioner. Doesn't look goofy. Looks like an actual Executioner. There's a little bit more to the hood. As you see, he's got his axe. Still shiny as ever. He's not really admiring it this time. He's, like, staring at you. Like, he's letting you know that you're next. You're not safe, and he is coming. This one is a lot better to capture who the Executioner actually is. I'd give this one, like, honestly, 8 out of 10. Like, there's not a lot going on, but it's just perfect. And the new one is pretty goofy. I'm going to give it a 2. Terrible. It might look better in terms of, like, colors and quality, but this one is the GOAT. On to the next card. On to the Ram Rider. Ram Rider, you know, she's okay. I don't remember her ever, like, being broken or anything. She's a fine card. Decent alternative to the Hog Rider. Good defense. Mainly just using bridge spam. Anyway. So, her icon's pretty solid. It shows her with her, I don't know what you call it, the thing that she throws at people to stun them. And then it shows her on her ram, you know. Pretty solid picture. Like, there's not a lot you can do better there. It captures everything that the Ram Rider is. So let's move on to the old one. Here we have the old Ram Rider. Now, not a bad card icon, you know. She has some, like, little things on her cheeks. She's got a nice smile. You know, looks pretty happy. But it doesn't capture who the Ram Rider is. She's called the Ram Rider, not the Rider. Or, well, she's not riding. You can't even tell she's riding anything in this photo, so I guess... And besides the point, there's no ram in the photo. It doesn't show her wielding her weapon. It doesn't really capture who the Ram Rider is. Like, the Ram Rider here looks like a sweet person who will, like, help you out with some things. But the Ram Rider in-game is a monster, and she will throw rocks at you and slow you down as she rushes in with her goat. So, I'd give this one 6 out of 10. It's pretty nice, but it just doesn't capture who the Ram Rider is. And I'd give the new one, like, a 7. I'm not a fan of, like, the artwork, but it just captures who the Ram Rider is a lot better. So let's move on to the final actual card, the Giant Skeleton. Here we have the Giant Skeleton, one of the strangest cards in the entire game. The only giant card that isn't a win condition. So, as you can see, he's got, like, a pretty boring little, like, cap on. There's not a lot of color to it. You can see a little bit of blue in, like, the top left of it. He's got a really nice jawline. You can tell that he's a big guy, intimidating. And in the corner, you can also see that he's holding his bomb. So, not a bad card icon. Let's move on to the old one. Now, we've got the old Giant Skeleton. And for me, like, I'm really torn up on this one because I love the old Giant Skeleton. Like, you can see the barrel of gunpowder on his back. You can see him. He's just big, smiling. But it doesn't really show his bomb. Unless that's the bomb in, like, the bottom right. But the new one definitely shows the bomb a lot more. Makes it a lot more apparent. But looks, like, I'd have to say the old Giant Skeleton logo is, like, 8 out of 10. And the new one is, like, just 7.5. Like, it's just barely not as good, but just This giant skeleton is the classic, the GOAT. He's just amazing. And yeah. I did forget like a few masteries, so the evolved Barbarians, they look okay. Like their hair kind of looks like the Johnny Bravo hair, but like nowhere near as tall. It's okay. It kind of captures the essence of a barbarian, but like they kind of look too proper here. Like they're not like, their mouth isn't open with like drool flying everywhere, charging into the battle. They're just mightily trained warriors, but without the like just barbaric nature. I'd give this like a 5 out of 10. And the Royal Giant, I mean, it's okay. Like his beard, I'm not a fan of like the new like mustache beard situation going on here. The purple crown is nice. Also, they made him more bald somehow. So I think I'd give this Royal Giant like, I think 5 out of 10 is fair. I like it, but I don't know. It's just not my style. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and y'all.